In the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war. There is no peace among the stars, only an eternity of carnage and slaughter, and laughter of thirsting gods. And of course me. Thank you for turning me on. Now, let's talk about the upcoming game, Warhammer 40.000 Inquisitor Martyr. And as usual, I've searched through the interwebs with bolter in hand. And then I went on to buy it, all to give you as much info on Warhammer 40.000 Inquisitor Martyr as possible. It's made by Neocore Games. Neocore have been creating games since 2009 and have under their belt games like King Arthur, the role-playing war game, and The Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing. So, they are no strangers to RPGs or top-down games. First I thought we'd have a quick look at what an Inquisitor is and where they come from. Cause if you're like me and you like Warhammer but don't have that great grasp on the libraries of text that are written about the 40k universe, it can get confusing fast. So, it goes something like this. The Inquisition was created during the Horus Heresy. The Emperor ordered the Regent of Terra to gather a group of imperial servants who were pure, loyal, and whose strength of mind was unquestioned. During the millennia, tombs of knowledge have been lost, legends have been told and lies have been spread, so the information is a little blurry. Now, the Inquisition is a secret organization who works outside the administration of the Imperium of Man. So one can say they are CIA or KGB. They do what is needed in the shadows, and no one makes a fuss as long as the work gets done. Warhammer Martyr will be a persistent open world sandbox action RPG. Your involvement and contribution alongside other Inquisitors will have an effect on how the regions evolve and change in-game. The game is currently in its alpha stage, so there are some things that they haven't been able to try out yet. There will be 3 classes that we can choose between: the Crusader, the Assassin and the Psyker. The Crusader is not surprisingly heavily armored and can take a lot of damage. The Assassin and Psyker, on the other hand, I have not been able to try, but my guess is that the Psyker is a DPS character, strong in mind and able to use the elements or even turning enemies against each other. And the Assassin maybe will be in the middle. Close combat, fast moving, sniping. But, as I said, just speculation from my side. And when the game is released, there will be a single player campaign, set in an abandoned spaceship monastery. You will also be able to play with up to 3 other players, purging the unclean. If you have, like I heard that some people have, friends. There will be clans which one can join and fight enemies together with others. You will be able to build your own fortress and fly it among the stars. There you can store all the riches you commandeer from the heretics. But remember to fortify it good, because other Inquisitors will try to raid it and get their hands on your loot. Even inside the Inquisition, there are differences that can only be settled with steel. But on the flip side, you can raid other people's fortresses. We will hunt the enemies of the Empire in the Caligari sector, on the fringes of Segmentus Tempestus. This area of the Milky Way is known for its many warp storms. These storms cuts the world into different systems from the light of the Emperor, sometimes for decades, hurtling them into corruption, hate and decay. You choose your missions from a star map, located in your Helm Cogitator. From the map you pick one of the subsectors, and in each of the subsectors there are several systems. And in those systems there are planets and moons, Gothic Void Station, and other places with creepy crawlies. It will be immense. Let's say as an example that one subsector has 4 systems, and that each system has 5 planets and that you can go and do one mission. on each of them. I have seen some planets with up to 6 missions, but to make it easy for me, let's say 1 each. That's 20 missions in just that subsector, and going by the influence meter that rises from every mission you complete, giving you bonuses like money and gear, you will be wanting to complete them all. And the meters seem to reset after 7 days, so no slacking. When the game has been out for a while, they will be releasing something they call seasons. I call it DLCs, but I have not seen anything that points to that one have to pay for them, so I'm not complaining. Yet. These seasons will have different themes and enemies changing it up a little. They will run for a period of time, and when the season is over, your and other Inquisitors' work will be analyzed and the region will change accordingly. The areas you visit will be like in the Diablo games, prefabricated segments in randomly made maps. When you play, there will be, as in the tabletop game, an advantage to use the environment. Cover is your best friend. And in this game, I can't stress that enough, use cover. But they have made that easy enough. When you come close to an area where you can hide, use that cover, you simply press and hold space. And you're safe from all evils. Well, except melee characters. And when the cover breaks. You can also target specific body parts. As an example, if an enemy has an extremely annoying Gatling gun, then you can target that arm and make it go bye-bye. I have tried, but I could not get it to work, so maybe it's exclusive for boss creatures, but again, the game is still in its alpha stage, so tweaks will be made. And yes, I know there is a joke to be made about VATs here, but I did one in my previous video and I don't want to repeat myself. The homepage also hints that you will be able to operate vehicles. If that means you can bounce around in a Lehman Russ tank or fly a Space Hulk, I don't know. But I hope for both. Whom among us don't dream about crashing a Hulk into a planet? Or is that just me? So that's it for this Let's Talk video, but I will be doing some Let's Try videos from now until release. There I will go more in depth and show you what happens in the Caligari system. I will play different missions, try out different builds and do some crafting. And of course search for sweet loot. So if you find this game interesting, don't forget to press that subscribe button and I'll be seeing you soon. Bye bye!